Network policy management can take various shapes and forms, especially depending on who owns that. You may even have multiple teams owning network policy inside of your environment. For example, a security team or a platform team may put in a baseline cluster-wide administrative policies that block certain levels of traffic inside of the environment, but then hand off and delegate other traffic management capabilities to their application teams. It's kind of the nirvana that we speak about when we think about GitOps methodology, for example, and how we can delegate more decisions to teams with guardrails in place. But ultimately, you need the underlying platform to support different complexities of those network policies. In Isovalent Networking for Kubernetes, in previous versions of our enterprise Cilium hardened editions, we released the ability for ordered policies. This was fantastic, especially if you're looking to move away from other CNIs that used ordered policy type configurations like Calico, for example. In this version, we've also added the capability of tiers. This somewhat matches the features coming from the Kubernetes cluster network policy enhancements in later Kubernetes versions as well. And I'm going to take you through a demo to show you that in place inside of Isovalent Networking for Kubernetes. So we're going to use both tiers and policy order at the same time. As a platform team owner, I want to set a cluster-wide policy in the admin tier, so we can allow health checks. We can then decide certain levels of traffic between namespaces, for example, can be passed to the next tier, and that tier will be owned by my application team. And then finally, we can have a catch-all rule that denies any other traffic that I've not specified to other tiers, for example. So let's have a look at our current state. We've got a couple of pods deployed inside of my environment so we can test work flows of traffic between my workloads. And we can see all of those reply, and then we just get a tiered policy API response back because it's just a simple workload that I've deployed. And now what we're going to do is deploy my first platform guardrail policy. So we're deploying the IsovalentClusterwideNetworkPolicy. And inside of this stanza, we've got a couple of different arrays that we're going to go through. So the first one is a rule which permits host origin health checks. So this is important inside of my environment to make sure that those are available. Otherwise, you can have some Kubernetes-based failures. We're selecting any traffic inside the namespace IPN-tiers. So that's my demo namespace today. App equals API, and then ingress from entities equals host. The tier is the admin tier, and the order is 0. So that's the first rule to be evaluated. A little bit like old firewalls. If you ever remember having to create firewall rules in a very particular order. And the next one is where we're going to delegate this to my application team. So again, we've got a stanza which has an endpoint selector. Inside of the namespace, the app equals API label. And then we have this argument which is called ingressPass. So any ingress that is from the role equals frontend, so workloads with that label on, is passed to the next tier. The tier that this rule applies in is admin. So the next tier below that is the normal tier, and the tier after that is the baseline tier. You also have the ability to create other tiers inside of your cluster as well if you wanted, but those are the defaults out of the box. That's an order of 10, so it's evaluated second inside of my rule set. And then finally, we have a deny traffic that was not delegated. So what we're saying here is, again, inside of that same namespace that is owned by my application team, ingress deny from entities equals all in my admin tier, and the order is 20. And ultimately, one of the things to remember here is where it says tier equals admin, there is no way for another tier to override that unless the traffic is using a pass delegation down to a different tier. So we're going to apply that. And now we're going to see what happens when we test our application again. Because even though we're passing that traffic down to be delegated to another tier, because there is no policy which allows it still, so explicitly allows that traffic, it will be denied because the decision has been passed down, but a decision has not yet been made. So we've added a timeout there, and yep, we can see it exits and it's denied as expected. So let's add the application decision in place. So now we've got a Isovalent network policy, because this is a namespace policy, unlike the cluster wide that we talked about before. And this just looks like a normal Cilium network policy using the Isovalent Network Policy CRD. Very, very similar to a Cilium network policy for all intent purposes. And essentially, we're just allowing the ingress from entities all, on which part, and we can see here, the tier is normal. So that's really important. And then the ordering can be 10, 11, 12, whatever you want it to be. Again, if you want to use ordering decisions as well. So let's apply that. And then let's try that connection. We can see, once again, we get a reply as we expect. What happens if we have a role client that is blocked by the later rule at the admin tier? Let's make sure it still never reaches our application as well. So I'm deploying, I've got the rogue client deployed, and then we can see again, it's terminated and denied, expected as the platform guardrail. And then finally, we had that trusted one that was working before that we tried here, but let's try it on a different port. So we had port 8080 specified. Let's try it on a higher port number. And again, we're expecting that to be blocked, but let's prove that that is also true. And again, this is going to be blocked because there's no policy in place for it. So therefore, it's denied by that cluster-wide platform guardrails rule that we put in at the start. So that's it. Really nice and simple. A new way to create a more delegated model of using network policies and by tiering inside of your Isovalent networking for Kubernetes environment as it's deployed to your Kubernetes platform. Thank you very much.